Hello guys, I'm Timothy Earle with Earle Sports Bets and Picks and Parlays, and welcome back to another free pick video here on the channel. We've got some NFL action for you guys, and definitely a team that we need to talk about. Well, not the Patriots; they suck. We'll look at the Patriots and the Bills. Patriots 12.5-point dogs in this one, 41.5 is the total. We're gonna go ahead and bring in Higgs though to talk over this game, and we need to talk about the Bills because I know I mentioned them back like 3-4 weeks ago, saying, "Hey, take some Bills futures. This team is dangerous."
Should it be the Eagles? Took out Kansas City, Dallas, Chargers on the road, now New England, Miami next week. They head into the playoffs 7 straight. Scary team. Sometimes it's about getting it right and being hot at the right time. And listen, I think it was going to be Baltimore and San Fran Super Bowl. Baltimore was playing really good.
Buffalo.
I mean, they just went into San Fran and took care of business. But I don't want anything. There's no way I'm looking to bet against Buffalo if they're coming in here winning a whatever it is 7-8 game win streak into the playoffs and then having a wild card game at home. If they don't, or at this point they're going to win the division, right? If they win out, they beat Miami.
Miami has to lose to Baltimore.
Which I mean, Baltimore needs to lock up the home seat. So you think that's another discussion. That's a little bad now because they're off a big win. Maybe they're a little inflated, but let's just go. I'm going to go over the total here, Tim. 41 looks a little low. The way Buffalo's moving the ball. I hate saying last time they played, it was a crazy game. New England hadn't scored all season. All of a sudden, they're winning 29-25. But we've seen a little spark out of this offense all of a sudden for New England. They're getting kind of lucky. Maybe it's not an offensive spark, but for whatever the case may be, they go into Denver, show some heart, and come in and have a big game, a game that relegated Russell Wilson to the bench now. I mean, that team still could make the playoffs, and they're getting rid of a Hall of Fame quarterback. Whatever. Points on the board here. Sidewise, listen, I'm not going to tell you not to take the Bills. I think the Bills to win here. You want to tease it or do something, knock yourself out. I'm going over because I think the Bills are getting into the 30 themselves. New England will stumble into their 10 or 14 points over to 41.5. And I agree with Timmy. Get some, maybe some Super Bowl or AFC future here on Buffalo. I think it's worth a shot. It's definitely worth a look.
Yeah, I mentioned that in a free pick video a while ago for the Bills Kansas City game. Like, take the Bills and take their futures. I think it was 13-1 or 14-1 for the AFC and 28-1 or 30-1 or something for the Super Bowl. You're not going to get as good value now, but I definitely think this Bills team is 100% a dark horse contender. And,
it's funny. We just talked about the Miami Hurricanes, the other video, how a bad fumble stumbles this team into a couple straight losses because they lose their mindset. Kansas City was in a spot, your helmet's offsides. You're a spot away from changing your season and maybe the whole dynamic of the Bills season. Because at that point, you're off a terrible loss to the Eagles, a game you should have won. Then you lose on a play. Maybe they wouldn't have lost on that play if it wasn't a touchdown on that play. Maybe it would be somewhere else along the line in that sequence. They lose that game. Where is their mindset there coming into Dallas? And maybe Dallas wins that game, And Kansas City isn't in flux, losing to the Raiders at home, getting embarrassed. So that's the kind of stuff that, it's not reflected in numbers or point spreads, but you got to take into account of how teams are playing.
You really do. And it's just this Bills team is just all of a sudden just taken off. So it's kind of a change of momentum. They look good now. And hey, I think you can get the over by themselves with the Bills. I may look to lay the points with the Bills, to be honest.
I agree.
So we'll go ahead and we'll grab the over in the Bills Patriots game as long as we're taking futures. We've already got futures with the Buffalo Bills. So let's go Buffalo. Let's get this over. And if you guys are interested in grabbing anything from Mr. Sean Higgs, Lenny, Lenny will save you 20% off at the site. Over 41.5 between Patriots and Bills. Good luck, unless you're against us.